The old landlady, Mrs. Gable, was infamous in our neighborhood. She'd count every penny, scrutinize every tenant, and her rules were stricter than a military barracks. She once evicted a family in the middle of winter because their kid's tricycle scuffed her precious linoleum. Everyone said she had a heart of stone, and I believed it. So when my best friend, Leo, a struggling artist with a heart of gold, told me he was renting her spare room, I thought he was crazy. "Leo, she's a nightmare," I warned him. But he just smiled, that gentle, optimistic smile of his. "Maybe she just needs a little kindness," he said. I rolled my eyes. Kindness was a currency Mrs. Gable didn't trade in, or so I thought. The first month was brutal. She'd inspect his room daily, complaining about the smell of paint turpentine. She'd turn off the main breaker at exactly 10 p.m., leaving him in the dark. She even charged him extra for using the washing machine, claiming his paint-stained clothes were a biohazard. Leo took it all in stride. He'd just nod, apologize, and then do something unexpectedly kind. He fixed her creaky garden gate without being asked. He started leaving a small, freshly brewed cup of tea outside her door every morning. She never acknowledged it, but the cup was always gone when he came back. I kept telling him he was wasting his time, that she was a lost cause. He just kept painting, kept smiling, and kept being kind. One afternoon, I visited Leo and found Mrs. Gable standing in his doorway, her arms crossed. On his easel was a nearly finished portrait. It wasn't of a beautiful landscape or a commissioned client, it was her. Leo had captured her, not as the scowling, bitter woman we all knew, but as someone else. He painted the deep lines on her face not as wrinkles of anger, but as maps of a long, hard life. He found a flicker of light in her tired eyes, a hint of a forgotten softness. She stared at it, her expression unreadable. For a second, I thought she was going to explode, to throw him and his painting out onto the street. Instead, her shoulders slumped, a single tear traced a path down her cheek. "My husband," she whispered, her voice cracking. "He used to look at me like that." It was the first time any of us had heard her mention him. She told Leo that her husband had been a painter, too. He had died years ago, and with him, all the color in her world had faded. She'd held on to the house, this last piece of him, so fiercely that she'd pushed everyone away. Her bitterness wasn't malice, it was a shield built around a broken heart. That painting didn't just capture her likeness. It resurrected a memory she thought was buried forever. From that day on, everything changed. Mrs. Gable started leaving cookies outside Leo's door. She'd sit with him in the garden, telling him stories about her husband, her voice full of warmth. The house, once cold and silent, was now filled with the sound of quiet laughter and the smell of fresh paint and baking. Leo didn't just rent a room, he brought life back into a home and healed a heart everyone else had given up on. He taught us all that sometimes the most difficult people are just the ones who are hurting the most, waiting for someone to see past their thorns to the person underneath. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, how many people do we write off who might just be waiting for a little bit of kindness to help them bloom again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.